you start baking, you might want to use these ingredients. Hello and welcome back to Hillside Baking. Today is episode 5 and today we're going to be making cookies called Neiman Marcus cookies. Now I've never baked these before, but I'm going to see how they go and I hope that they taste really good. My dad really wanted to make these, so I'm going to make them. And my mom's friend gave my mom this recipe at their bridal shower. Her name is Jackie Gonzer. So before we start, I have another tool that I'm going to use today, and it's a food processor. So that's all. The first step is to cream the butter and these 2 sugars into my mixer. But before we do that, I just want to say that I have creamed the butter, and if you watch my brownie video, I cream the butter in that too. If you go back and watch it, you can see how you cream that. So, and I also, this brown sugar is an important step because it's packed. If you don't do it packed, it won't turn out like the way you want it to. So first, I'm going to put in my butter and my 2 sugars. My 2 sugars. Okay, so now I'm going to cream that in. Now I'm just going to cream that in till it's nice and fluffy. Now I have stirred the butter and the sugars, and that's what it should look like. And then I'm going to stir in these eggs. And then this vanilla. So now that we stir that in, this is what your batter, this part of the batter should look like. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind this oatmeal in here. And I'm just going to grind it for a little bit. Okay, so now I have grinded in all of that oatmeal, and it's nice and it's finely good. It's finely grinded. So I'm just gonna take that out and I'm just gonna pour this into a bowl, and then I'm going to mix in the flour, salt, and the baking soda and baking powder. So I'm gonna add in my flour. My baking powder and my baking soda and my baking powder and my salt are in one big bowl. So I'm just gonna stir that, and then I'm just gonna stir this in until all of it's nice and combined. I have stirred that in, and you can barely see the granola, but it's in there. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to add 1/3 of my dry ingredients into my wet ingredients. So now that I've added that, now I'm going to stir that until it's combined. Okay, so I just repeated that step until all of my dry ingredients are gone. And so now it looks nice and like that. It looks like cookie batter, which I like. So now that that's done, I'm going to just keep that aside. And what it says is to microplane the chocolate, but I'm just gonna chop it up. So I'm gonna put all of that chocolate in there. Okay, so I have my nuts chopped. I just finished grinding my chocolate, and now I'm going to add in these 3 last ingredients. So I'm going to add in all of my chocolate chips. That's all of it. And then I'm going to add in my nuts. So then I'm going to add this into that mixture that we finished, and I'm just gonna mix this until it's all combined, and then there's not much like sitting on top. So mix that in. Okay, so I had to take my batter out of that mixer, and I had to mix half of that other mixture in by hand because this was so heavy for my mixer. So it's a very heavy mixture, as you have noticed, which I just said. But so for the next step, I'm going to take my ice cream scooper, or you can have a cookie scooper, and I'm going to scoop this out onto the cookie sheet. And I'm just gonna place it on there. Now, while I'm doing this, you just want to make sure that your oven is preheated to 375 degrees. If I said that in the beginning, that's good. But if I didn't, you might want to go do that. So I'm just going to scoop this, and I'm going to do that. I think you might need 2 cookie sheets, so be prepared to get another pan. I almost forgot something that we've been doing in our videos, our commercial break. So while I'm doing this, we're going to have Lucy do our commercial.
This commercial is for Golden Doodle and for Benny, best dog ever.
Okay, so I have put in all of my cookies onto the tray, and I want to thank my dad for helping me put them onto the trays. So I have extra batter left, even filling up 2 trays, and I guess that happens when you put a little bit too little onto the cookies, but that's okay. I think that these cookies will be great. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put them into the oven, and these, with such a thick batter like this, you would think that they would need to cook for a long time, but really these only take 10 minutes. So that really surprised me. So I have my 375 degree preheated oven, and I'm just gonna pop in these cookies, and then I'm gonna go on to the next ones, and I'm gonna pop in these are the cookies, and I haven't cooked them, so I just put them in. So I'm gonna set my timer for 10 minutes and I'll see you in 10 minutes. Okay, so my timer just went off for the cookies and I'm going to let them cool because if you touch them, it makes a dent with your finger. And so you want to let them cool, I don't know, like 5 minutes, 10. So yeah, we'll be back to eat them. Lucy, are you ready to eat these good Neiman Marcus cookies? We're gonna eat the cookies.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so they just finished cooling and now we're gonna eat one. Which one do you want?
This one.
This one? Alright, so I'm gonna have a bite and then you're gonna have a bite.
How come I can't go first? Hot up.
When you're done chewing that, tell me what you like about this cookie.
I like that you like it.
Well, that's very nice of you.
Hot.
Lucy,
Wow.
do you want to say that welcome? Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Hillside Baking. Bye.